Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
That's a clip from a brand new movie about the life of Ronald Reagan, and I've been seeing a lot of clips like this go viral all over the internet. When I see them, I often check the comments, and I see a lot of people criticizing the way Reagan managed the economy. This is based on a lot of misconceptions. One thing a lot of the critics ignore is the status of the US economy when Reagan was elected. That clip I played at the beginning was Reagan asking the people if they were better off than they were 4 years ago. That is a real question that he asked, and that's one of the reasons he was able to get elected. Because the economy was so bad, people were not better off than they were 4 years prior. Here are a few statistics that demonstrate that. Between 1973 and 1981, white household incomes dropped by 2.2%. African American household incomes fell by 4.4%. The poorest 25% of the population saw their incomes drop by 5%. And people were also dealing with high taxes on top of this, especially high taxes on high income earners. So the more people earned, the more they were punished for earning. Unemployment at 7.6% and inflation at 10% for 3 consecutive years. Reagan said that the government was not the solution to the problem. He wanted to take the government out of the economy, and this was something that was clearly very popular. He won by a landslide. Not only did he win by a landslide, but a lot of his fellow politicians supported his tax cuts, Democrats and Republicans alike. The Economic Recovery Tax Act phased in a 25% cut in marginal individual tax rate over 3 years. This was the biggest tax cut in American history up to this point. And it was going to save Americans almost $1 trillion between 1981 and 1986. Now the question is, did Reagan's relatively hands-off approach and tax cuts actually help the American people? Yes, it did. Economic growth got a boost. It was 3.2% per year during the Reagan years. Median household incomes grew by $4,000 after having stagnated. Unemployment fell down to 5.5%. 17 million new jobs were created, and inflation went down to 4.1%. Reagan's policies worked very well. The statistics don't lie. But clearly some people still disagree. They might bring up things like the debt going up, and yes, the debt did go up, but this was not because of the economic policies. This was not because of the tax cuts. It was because of an increase in defense spending, so you cannot blame the economic policies for that. If you'd like to read about this in more detail, I suggest historian Rainer Zeitelman's book, The Power of Capitalism.